Hello and welcome to season number 2 here in the Arkansas Razorbacks Dynasty. We are going to be starting off this episode here in week 0. As you can see, we are the 15th ranked team in the country. We had a great season last year and we have a fantastic team to start off this season, starting off even higher in overall at 86 with an 87 offense and an 86 defense as well. And this team is genuinely looking insane at this point in time. The training results that we had in the offseason went absolutely crazy. So we're going to start off with the quarterback position. Taylon Green is up to an 88 overall now. He will still remain as QB1. We've got a few good quarterbacks behind him, but obviously we're not too worried about it right now. At the running back position, Rodney Hill is listed as the first running back. We've got Jaquez Cross from Arkansas State who transferred here. And we've got Rashad Dubinion still. So I think I'm likely going to stick with Dubinion and Jaquez Cross as our 1 and 2. We're going to save Rodney Hill for next year as long as he still wants to be here, of course. Wide receiver, Isaiah Satania grew like 14 overall points over the offseason and is now up to a 91 overall. If you didn't see that in the last episode, you can go check that one out. It was towards the end of the video. While you're at it, like the video, and while you're at it, like this one as well, and hit that subscribe button if you could for me. We're gonna have Bryce Stevens starting off as wide receiver number 2 here, grew an overall very nicely. Jaden Wilson and Jordan Anthony are going to be interchangeable for me at wide receiver number 3 at that slot position, mostly because Jordan Anthony is, of course, got 98 speed and 98 acceleration with 96 agility. So he's just going to be one of those players that we're going to try to utilize as much as possible. At the tight end position, Luke Haza is now up to a 93 overall, which is very deserving, but we've got Ty Washington behind him as well, sitting at 90 overall. The offensive line is still looking pretty decent. I would say better than last year, but obviously the best player is going to be left guard Patrick Kudas. The defensive line is looking very solid as well. At left end, we've got Charlie Collins with Quincy Rhodes behind him. Right end, we've got Nico DeVilliers, and then a defensive tackle, we've got Cam Ball with Kovac as well. But I think at D tackle, what I'm likely going to do is use Quincy Rhodes as the D tackle number 2. Left outside linebacker and right outside linebacker don't matter too much for us, just because we do use a 4-2-5 formation. So the middle linebacker position, we're going to have Xavier Sori, who was incredible last season, as well as Carson Dean to start off the season. At the corner position, we of course have Jalen Braxton, who is up to an 87 overall, looking incredibly good now. We'll have Jaheim Singletary as cornerback number 2 and Tevis Metcalf as our slot corner. At free safety, it looks like we're potentially going to have a true freshman starting. None of our free safeties grew in overall very much, so it's either going to be Eric Hocker or Manuel De La Puente who start there, more than likely. And then at strong safety, we'll have Miguel Mitchell and Christian Ford behind him. We might start Christian Ford at the free safety position. We're probably not going to play this kicker very much. Unfortunately, he is only 64 overall. So Brandon Kimmy will be taking over all kicking duties, including punting. To start off with recruiting this year, the main focus we are going to have is on offensive linemen and then on defensive linemen as well. So we need some players in the trenches. And while the center position isn't necessarily a team need just yet, we do have 5-star Shaquille Liggins here, who did have us in his top 5 to start off the season. So we are definitely going to be putting a lot of hours towards him. We've got 4-star quarterback Lorenzo Potts here from Madison, Mississippi. We are going to be going after him. He is the 45th best player in the country, and we do need some running backs, so we are going to go after both Jeff Cohn and Tim Cummings here. We're going to send the house to both of them. At the wide receiver position, we only have one player as of right now we're going after. We don't necessarily need him, but we will go after him and Josh Alexander. At the tight end position, we've got CJ DeBeer. I just like his name. He is a 4-star bust, unfortunately, so he's not going to be that great overall eventually, but we do need several tackles based off of our team needs. We need 2 at left tackle and 3 at right tackle, so we're just going to go after as many as we can. We've got Alex Arma here, who is actually from my hometown in Cabot, Arkansas, so that's one reason why I wanted to go after him, but also he is an Arkansas boy. We've also got JJ Peel here, who is from Springdale. We're going to go ahead and go after him as well since he's from Arkansas, and then we'll go after a few other ones as well. Right now at the defensive end position, we've got 2 players we want to go after. Neither one of them are very interested in coming to Arkansas, but we're going to hopefully change their minds at some point. And then we've got Miles Inachukwu here from Wynne, Arkansas. Only a 3-star, but we're going to go ahead and send the house on him anyways. And then we've got 2 corners, a free safety, and a strong safety that we are going to go ahead and all go after. And that will complete our recruiting for week 0 here. Let's go ahead and simulate to the next week. First up this season is going to be a matchup against Louisiana Tech, and then we are going to play next week against Arkansas State, an in-state rival as well. And then we'll go ahead and round off the episode with the away game at Memphis. After that, it'll be a pretty grueling schedule. We'll have home games against Notre Dame, Texas A&M, Mississippi State, and Auburn all in a row, but then we will have 4 road games in a row against Texas, Tennessee, LSU, and Ole Miss, who could all potentially be ranked by the time we play them. And we'll round off the season with a matchup against Missouri at home. And this is how the 2025 Heisman Watch is starting off for this season, but we're going to hope to see maybe a Taylor Green, maybe an Isaiah Satania up there at some point. Just a reminder that our league settings, we are going to have the skill level on Heisman to start off the season. We are going to go down to 6-minute quarters instead of 7 this year with no accelerated clock. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into this game against Louisiana Tech at Razorback Stadium. Louisiana Tech will have the ball first to start off this season. It looks like they're going to go with a run play, and we are stopping them behind the line. Kavion Henderson with a tackle for a 3-yard loss already. And we're stopping them on 3rd and 11 as well, so that will lead to a punt for Louisiana Tech in their first possession. We've got Cross Johnson back here taking care of return duties early on in the season. Can we get a couple blocks? We make a nice return there with Cross Johnson out to nearly midfield. We've got Jaquez Cross out here at running back for the first play of the game for us on offense. Nobody picking up that left end out there, or right end, and we are going to lose yardage here on our first play as well. So we'll immediately go to the pass. We've got Jordan Anthony here. We've got Satania. We've got Stevens. We've got speed all over the field. But nobody to throw to just yet. Taylor Green going to tuck it down, going to run and slide for 9 yards. We'll go with the run play here on 3rd down to Binion getting the carry, and we'll go ahead and run for 10. We're going to try to go with All Reliable here on 1st down, except this time it's with Satania instead of Armstrong. Satania obviously with a lot more speed, able to break through the defense and get the first. 2nd and 5 now at the 7-yard line. Going to see if we can run a little RPO here with Jaquez Cross, Taylor Green. Looking for Jordan Anthony potentially, but Jaquez Cross gets the ball right up the middle. That'll be 3rd and inches. And we'll go ahead and just try to power our way ahead over this Louisiana Tech defense. Rashad Binion with the first touchdown of the season here in 2025. Louisiana Tech back with the ball now around midfield. I don't think I've seen them run a pass play yet. And it looks like they're going to stick with that decision still moving forward, but this time they get a 1st down. Pass play here on the next play, but this time we stop it. And now on 2nd and 10, we're going to try to bring some pressure, play man defense if they do go with the pass. Boom! Mitchell right through the middle of the offensive line for the big hit. And that leads to a 3rd and 11 situation. We need a big stop here, boys. We do not want to give up any points. Looks like quarterback's going to scramble around and is eventually going to take the sack. Nico DeVilliers with the sack, and it looks like they will go ahead and punt. Actually, they're not going to punt. They're going to go ahead and go for the field goal. 57-yarder here for their kicker. I have a feeling he's not going to have enough leg to get this one there. He does have enough leg, but unfortunately he misses wide left for them. Jet touch pass for us, first play here. We're going to get out to this outside. Juke move around one defender. Spin move that shouldn't have worked, but it did. And we'll have a massive 1st down there. Oh my goodness. Jaquez Cross just absolutely leveled in the backfield on the next play. It's now 3rd and 4. We're going to have Jordan Anthony running the drag route here. A bad ball by Taylor Green, but luckily Anthony hangs on to it after the big hit. Wide receiver mid-screen again here, but this time not going to work out too well for us. A loss of 2 yards, unfortunately. We're going to go right back at him with a pass play, though. We're going to have Jordan Anthony on the corner route, Satania on the crossing route. Not sure who we're going to be able to find. It looks like Jordan Anthony is open, and we are going to find him right at the corner of the end zone. That 98 speed, I'm telling you, is going to work out very well for us this season. 3rd and 3 already again here for Louisiana Tech. They're lining up for potentially a run, but that's going to be the end of the first quarter. The Razorbacks are leading 14-0. And so far, they have gone to the air just one single time. Did not get a completion, so no yards through the air as of right now. They're going to go for a pass play, and we're going to get a pick. Miguel Mitchell right up the middle of the field, and we will have the ball on our own on the Louisiana Tech 30-yard line for our next possession. And we'll go ahead and try to take a shot at the end zone if we can. We've got Satania across the middle of the field. He is going to break one tackle, but taken down. Taylor Green now with 96 yards through the air in only one quarter. We're going to go with a run play here on the next one with Jaquez Cross. See if he can't get in the end zone. Good cut up field, but tackled. Last year we looked for the players with height, but this year we're going to look for the players with speed through the air. And that is going to be our third touchdown of the game already. Third and 8 for Louisiana Tech, and they're being pressured yet again. And they are going to be forced to punt for the third time this game, and they already turned it over as well through the air. It's not looking good for them. If we score on this next possession, it could already be 28-0 here with just a few minutes remaining in the second quarter. We're going to take this one with Cross Johnson, make one move, and we're down to the 44-yard line already. Jaquez Cross is having a pretty good game for us already here at the running back position, but we are now into a 3rd and 7 situation. Taylon Green going to have room to run. We're going to turn this one back around. We are going to find Jordan Anthony yet again, and he is going to be pushed down to the 1-yard line, not able to get into the end zone just yet. But Jordan Anthony, 4 catches, 75 yards, and 2 touchdowns already in this game. He is going to be absolutely prolific for us here this season as we score yet again over Louisiana Tech. We decided to sim to halftime, and right after we scored that touchdown with the Binion, we had an interception return for a touchdown with Jaheim Singletary. We kicked the field goal as well, and then they were finally able to get on the board, so it will be 38-7 going into the second half. Play action here on our first play from scrimmage. We've got Satania deep, potentially. We're going to look for him. Oh, he's not able to make that catch. Good defense. We punt the ball to Louisiana Tech, but we get it right back, and we're driving down the field now. Jaquez Cross getting a carry. Good run, 7 yards. Play action on here. Here on 1st and 10, we're going to look to go deep with Isaiah Satania. Good defense by the Louisiana Tech man. We're not able to complete that pass. We're going to go ahead and go with all reliable. You guys already know. We're going to look for Bryce Stevens this time. Satania's out on this play. Bryce Stevens, the wide receiver mid-screen. We're getting caught up behind our own man, but we get 7 yards again. And we'll go with the RPO on the next play. We're going to find Satania across the middle of the field. We get a block. We shug off one man, but we're not able to get to the end zone. 65 yards through the air for Satania. We're going to go with a play action here. We're going to be looking for Luke Haas if we can find him. Looks like we're going to be able to. We catch the ball. We get knocked into the pylon, but I guess he was down before we could actually get in. So we will go ahead and try to run it in here with Jaquez Cross for, I think, maybe his 2nd or 3rd touchdown of the game already. Probably just his 2nd, and we will go ahead and do so. It's going to be 45-7 for the Hogs here in the 3rd quarter. Crazy, that was actually only Jaquez Cross's 1st touchdown. I guess the Binion have one. We've had an interception return for a touchdown. They're going to go with a screen pass here. And we are going to stop it after only 2 yards. Their offense just has not been able to get going today. Only 72 yards through the air as of right now, and obviously a couple of picks. Looks like they're going to try to stick with the run on this play. We are absolutely going to stuff that one as well. Louisiana Tech just has no matchup for Arkansas in this game. And so we'll just go ahead and sim the rest of this game. It really hasn't been much of a matchup. Louisiana Tech was able to score a couple more times, but so were we. Final score, your Arkansas Razorbacks 62, Louisiana Tech 21. Taylon Green, player of the game, 290 yards through the air, as well as 4 touchdowns. Taylon Green, 22 of 26 with 4 touchdowns and a pick. Rushing-wise, we had Jaquez Cross with 50 yards, DeBinion with 26, and a couple of touchdowns, and Taylon Green as well. Receiving-wise, Bryce Stevens with the most yardage, Satania with a good game with a touchdown as well, but Jordan Anthony with 2 touchdowns. I think our receiving core this season is going to be very fun to use, as obviously they are all just deep threats. Defensively, it was freshman Kavion Henderson with a big game, 8 total tackles, 4 of them tackles for loss. We also added 4 picks. Jalen Braxton, Jaheim Singletary, Akari Johnson, and Miguel Mitchell all with picks. And Jaheim Singletary was able to return his for a touchdown as well. Recruiting stays the same as week 0 for this week. We're just going after him, sending the house after him. So we're going to go ahead and check out recruiting as soon as we get here to week 2, where we're going to be facing off against Arkansas State. We have, unfortunately, already been locked out for a recruit, Nick Guardado here. We are 6th on his list, and he's already down to his top 5. So we'll be able to go after someone else. We're going to be able to start scheduling visits this week, which is going to be very important for us. I mean, I don't want to schedule necessarily the Notre Dame game because I know it's just going to be a massive one. And we could potentially lose, of course. But obviously, if we were to win that game, it could also be very, very massive for us. So we're going to go ahead and schedule George Superstar here, free safety. And we'll go ahead and motivate him on Coach Prestige for his visit as well. The 5-star center we're going after, Shaquille Liggins, has unfortunately moved Georgia up to number 1 on his list. There's not much else we can do besides just send the house on him. Unfortunately, we only have 50 hours to spend on every player. So recruiting is going to be a little tight this year. We're behind on a few players that we really want, and we're ahead on some players. So we'll just have to see how it goes. We've got Lorenzo Potts here, though, the quarterback. We're the only school going after him, which is very nice to see. So we should be able to get him easily. The left tackle, Alex Arma from my hometown, Cabot, Arkansas, is in a two-man race between us and Memphis as of right now. But we're currently leading, so I'm feeling pretty strong about that one. We've also got Miles Inachukwu here ready for a visit. Only a 3-star D tackle, so we're not necessarily too worried about it, but we'll go ahead and get him on the roster if we can. We'll have him attend a team meeting. We'll give him those 10 hours back, and then we will continue to look for some other players to give some points to. As of right now, we got 10 points remaining. John Tinker wants to visit. We're not really going after him just yet, but he's only got 2 offers. And then Levi Caps here as well. We're not going after too much just yet. I think what we're going to do, though, is go ahead and put DM the player on him. We're only in second for Tim Cummings and only in third for Jeff Cohn, so running back position is going to be tough for us to start off this season. As far as recruiting goes, wide receiver, we've got Josh Alexander. We're in first on him by quite a ways. Same thing with CJ DeBeer here. At the tackle position, you guys saw Arma, but we've got Tito Homer, we're second on. DeAndre Mahone here, we're our first on, and he is a 4-star gem, so I would love to have him. Would love to have most of these tackles, to be fair. JJ Peel here, also a 4-star gem. I'm actually going to go ahead and remove these points from Levi Caps here, just because we're in 4th place. I mean, there's other teams above us. Right now, Deshaun Reeder is only got us and Clemson on his board, so we're going to go ahead and go after him instead. Frederick Anger, we are in second on for now. You guys saw Shaquille Liggins. Lawrence Abraham, I would love to get, but we're, of course, only in second place for him as well, behind Tennessee as of right now. We saw Inachukwu. We'll go ahead and move forward to the corners, where we are in second place for both, behind Oklahoma and Nebraska, respectively. Free safety, we saw George Superstar, we're second on, and Stephen Cherry, we are currently in first on at the strong safety position. So let's go ahead and get into this in-state matchup between Arkansas State and Arkansas, potentially for the first time ever, for the first time in a long time. As an Arkansas fan, I could not tell you the last time Arkansas State and Arkansas played in football, if they ever did. I don't know if they had. They definitely haven't in my lifetime. And we've got Malik Hornsby at wide receiver for Arkansas State, facing off against us in a game here at the Razorbacks Stadium. And we've also got Jaquez Cross, former Arkansas State player, facing off against his team, against his former team. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in this game here. A-State going with a run first play. They're going to pick up 3 yards. They go for a run on second down and only pick up... they go for a run on second down and pick up negative yards. So I'm assuming they're going to look to pass the ball here. Jalen Rayner finding his target in Malik Hornsby. First pass of the game, first completion for 20 yards. This Arkansas State offense is pretty good, honestly. Jalen Rayner is a very solid quarterback. And then, Malik Hornsby, obviously very highly rated, 85 overall, and has got a lot of speed. 3rd and 6, stadium rocking yet again. He's going deep. He's going to find Hornsby yet again. 3 pass completions for Jalen Rayner, all to Malik Hornsby. Looks like they might be going with a run play here. We've got a pretty empty box, but it is not going to matter. We will be able to stop them. It is a 4-yard pickup. They swing it out wide, and they are going to find their receiver. And Arkansas State on the board first. We'll go with a pass play on our first possession. We'll look across the middle of the field for Isaiah Satania. We'll find him. Hopefully he doesn't get injured off of that. And we'll go with a play action on our second play as well. We've got Jordan Anthony running that deep route there. But we could look for someone across the middle. Or we could get pressured very, very heavily. And we are not able to get away from the pressure. 2nd and 13 here. Looking for Luke Haas. He is across the middle of the field. And we will pick up a big gain there for about 20 yards. Jaquez Cross getting a carry in his first game against his former team. We will pick up the first down. Find ourselves in a 3rd and 9 situation. We need to convert this one. We don't want to not score a touchdown here. We've got Satania across the middle of the field. Juke move back inside. Try to go for a spin move, but we will be down to the 8-yard line. Gonna run the play action here. Oh, we are being pressured very heavily, not able to get away from it, and we will take an 8-yard loss immediately. 3rd and goal here. We pretty much have to go for the end zone, or we will be settling for a field goal. Can we find Wilson? Oh, that is a flag on the play. Could it be defensive pass interference, or could it be offensive? And it looks like it will be defensive. We will have 1st and goal. See if we can't punch it across the line. We will go ahead and run it, and we will get in. We hold Arkansas State to only 5 yards on their first 2 plays of this drive, but they've been able to convert both times that they've tried to run third down plays. They're going to go for another deep route here, and they will complete it. And they're going to go for the hurry up. We're going to try to put them under some pressure here on 2nd and 5. Middle linebacker blitz. That's the kind of pressure we needed. They lose 4 yards on that run play. We've got crossing routes all day. They're going to look short, and that's perfectly fine with us. First play of this next drive here will be nearing the end of the first quarter. Going to go with an RPO and looking for either Satania or Anthony, but didn't really like the options. Didn't like the running option either. But I like this run blocking we got going on there. Jaquez Cross. 19-yard carry. He's got 5 for 30 so far in this game. Making the jet sweep here with Jordan Anthony. See if we can't get a run play going. Jaquez Cross bouncing it out to the right side instead of the left. And another big gain of 18 yards. Pass play here. Jaquez Cross open across the middle. 15 yards again. He is having quite the game against his former team. Play action here on the next play. We've got Satania deep. Are we going to find him? Yes, we are. Isaiah Satania. Going to try to build that connection between him and Taylor Green this year, just like we did last year. Oh my goodness. And A-State are throwing a pick right on their next possession. Xavier Sori with the pick. We are down to the 7-yard line. RPO on the next play. Are we going to find Satania? Yes, we are. And we're going to get a touchdown with him again. It's 21-7 here against Arkansas State. 2nd and 6 now. They're going to get that ball out to the running back. We're not able to get the interception. Lots of blocking in front of the running back and lots of green grass. Jaheim Singletary trying to go for the tackle and is unable to get there. Arkansas State with a very long touchdown, and they are right back in this ball game. Use some clock up here, but we could also try to look deep. Or we could look short for Jordan Anthony. He can just run past everyone. Wow, the speed that he has is insane. And we're going to go right back up the middle with him again and get about 8. He is running all over his former team. 8 carries for 61 yards as of right now. Binion stepping up for this next carry, and he's going to go up the middle as well for 7. A-State's defensive line is no matchup for our offensive line. He's got the speed to break away. We've already seen it before, and he is just going to need to follow his blocks here. Gets around the edge as well, and will pick up about 20 yards. He is a cheat code. 2nd and 8 here. We're going to go ahead and fake the jet sweep, run the zone up the middle. We've got room to run, and we will pick up yet another first down. 10 carries for 73 yards for Jaquez Cross just in the first half alone. We've got an RPO play here, and we've got potentially an easy passing touchdown to Jordan Anthony. We're going to go ahead and look for him, and we will find him, and it will be 28-14 Arkansas. 2nd and 4 here for A-State at midfield. We're going to go with a little blitz. Not going to be able to find anyone. Their receiver is able to make that catch. He gets blown up. So far, their offensive line has been able to pick up every blitz we've sent. But we've got one coming here with Metcalf. We're able to get to the quarterback, but somehow he flings it out of bounds, and it won't be a penalty. They complete a pass for 6 yards, but we've got them in a 3rd and 4 situation here. We're going to go with man coverage, see if we can't work out something here. We're getting a lot of pressure on Rayner, and we will make him lose 15 yards on that play. We're going to go with a slip screen first, and it looks like it's going to work out to perfection, but we don't get a block. Jaquez Cross breaks the tackle. We'll get a first down, and we'll call the hurry up. We'll run all goes. We've got potentially players down the middle, but no one's open. Taylor Green will use his legs. We'll get about 8 yards, and we'll go out of bounds. We'll run deep flood to the open side of the field, but we're going to put Jordan Anthony on a slant across, see if he can't get open himself. We've got B across the middle, not a great throw, and Bryce Stevens will drop the ball. They're pressing us very tightly here on defense, so we're going to send Satania on a go route. I mean, he's got more speed than their cornerback, presumably, so we're going to go ahead and launch it downfield, and we are going to find Satania. It's just too easy against teams like Louisiana Tech and Arkansas State, unfortunately. They just really aren't a matchup for our high-powered offense. And that will do it for the first half. Your Arkansas Razorbacks leading the Arkansas State Red Wolves 35-14. Both quarterbacks 12 of 14 through the air, but of course we obviously have more touchdowns than them. Our running back's good, our line's great, but of course we're playing just Louisiana Tech and Arkansas State so far, so we haven't faced any true competition. Nobody across the field yet. We're going to go ahead and try to get it to Isaiah Satania, but he is not open. I'm going to go ahead and turn chew clock on because I would love for them to not even be able to have the chance to get back into this game. Not that they would anyways. I think our defense is good enough. They're going to press us again. Should we just send Satania on a deep route yet again? I mean, is it going to work for the third time? We're going to go ahead and try to find him. A good defense this time by A-State. A-State are trying to move the ball quickly down the field. They have done so well so far. They're in our 45-yard line. They're going to go for the run play. We will stop that one for only a 2-yard gain. We're going to send a blitz here. 3rd and 3. And it's going to work out for us. Perfectly timed blitz. But Cam Ball able to get into the backfield as well. It looks like they're potentially going to go for a field goal here from 58 yards. Yet again, I'm not sure if their kicker is going to be able to get it there, but it looks like he is, and he is going to make it right down the middle almost. Our last 2 possessions have not gone well. Arkansas State's defense has held us up. We're going to go with another run play here. We only need 4 yards, and we are not going to be able to get it. I'm feeling a little risky here today. We're going to go with a run play here with the Binion this time. It is only 4th and inches, so I'm hoping that we can just pick it up. They're going to send a blitz, but we are able to get the first down. We're going to look for Luke Haas underneath, or we're going to look for Bryce Stevens deep, and we will find him yet again. He will break the tackle, and we will find our way into the end zone for the 6th time today, and we will lead the Red Wolves 42-17. 1st and 10 here. It looks like they're running a screen, and it will not work out for them. And it looks like Rayner will fumble the ball. Cam Ball is going to be the one to end up on it. Couldn't tell exactly who forced the fumble, but it will be Arkansas ball here with 5 minutes left in the 4th quarter. We're going to run the jet touch pass to Jordan Anthony. We get a block. We get another block. Is he gone? We're going to slow up, and we get absolutely taken out on the sideline. Jaquez Cross is now over 100 yards rushing. We pretty much just going to give him the ball the rest of the game. See if he can't get himself another touchdown. This game is pretty much over at this point. Jaquez Cross, another carry here, and 10 more yards. And as long as A-State keeps giving us the optimal blocking situation, we will keep running it. This time, Binion is going to carry the ball, and he will find the end zone himself. And that will be 49-17 for your Razorbacks. This game is 100% over now. Oh, we couldn't end up with the pick. Jaquez Cross with likely his final carry of the game here. We're going to run it straight at the middle. We get 10 yards again. And we will just go ahead and kneel out the rest of the clock now. It was a good effort by A-State. They had a couple good plays in there, but they just really weren't a match for us, were they? Taylon Green was only 14 of 18, but he had 320 yards and 5 touchdowns through the air. Rushing-wise, Jaquez Cross, 129 yards on the ground with a touchdown. Binion picked up 33 with a touchdown as well. And of course, receiving-wise, it was Isaiah Satania. 6 catches, 3 of them for touchdowns. Blocking-wise, doesn't really matter too much. Defensively, it was a great game by a lot of players. Total tackles, it was Justin Logan. I think the best player today might have been Cam Ball. He was in the backfield all the time. But I'm sure the Defensive Player of the Game award would probably go to Xavier Sawyer with a pick and 9 tackles. So let's go ahead and advance to week 3 now after that win. 2 massive wins to start off our season. We're going to get a little recruiting update here. We're looking like we're in first place for a lot of players, so that's nice to see. But we're going to go ahead and get through this bye week. It looks like Memphis have lost both of their games to start off the season, so not a great episode in terms of opponents. In recruiting this week, not much has changed. We've pretty much just gone ahead and scheduled visits for the majority of players that we're going after. The Notre Dame game is going to be very crucial for us, as we have scheduled like 9 or 10 visits to that game alone for many of these players. So we scheduled a couple for a couple other games just because of competitive visits. But yeah, that Notre Dame game is going to be crucial. If we can win that game, then we will definitely be getting a very strong recruiting class. But we'll go ahead and just scroll through the rest of these guys right here, and we will end off recruiting for this week. So that'll be that. We're going to go ahead and advance to next week since we're in a bye, and I'll see you at the Memphis game. And it looks like Memphis are now 0-3, so this game might not even we might not even see much action from this game. If it starts to be a blowout, we'll definitely simulate it, and we might just jump into that Notre Dame game at the end of this episode. As you can see here, Notre Dame did lose 2 of their first 3 games as well, so they're now ranked 24th. Basically, all of our non-conference opponents seem to be obviously not very good. But all of our conference opponents, for the most part, look like they're going to be pretty solid. No surprise there, I guess. We'll go ahead and take a look at the top 25. It looks like Ohio State, Oklahoma, and A&M are the top 3 as of right now. Virginia Tech, NC State, Georgia, Iowa, LSU, Arkansas, and Penn State rounding out the top 10 for now. I imagine we're going to get a win here against Memphis, but you can never guarantee anything. Notre Dame lost their last game to Boston College, so not a terrible result there. And here before this Memphis game, we did have a commitment, but not to us, to LSU. We lose out on George Superstar, the free safety, so we'll go ahead and remove him. We switched up our recruiting style on a lot of these recruits. I saw someone's comment in the last couple of episodes about not just sending the house every week, but using the hard sell feature. So we're going to go ahead and do that with a lot of these players. It's what we switched them to this week. And we're in first place for a lot of them. We're in first place for this 5-star center. I really hope we get him, but obviously going up against Georgia and LSU in recruiting is never easy as Arkansas. But we're in first place for a lot of these guys. We're also in second place for some of the ones we're going after. We're battling. I mean, we really have to battle hard here at Arkansas to get the players like this, the 4 and 5 stars. Well, mostly 4 stars. But yeah, you guys know how it is with Arkansas here. That's pretty much the update for recruiting. We lose out on one guy, but let's go ahead and hop into this game against Memphis. Let's start off the season 3-0. Your Arkansas Razorbacks are ranked 9th in the country through 2 games already. Could we get into the top 5 before the game against Notre Dame? This is a road game, so we can't count Memphis out, obviously, but if we would have played them last year, it would have been a lot more of a challenge. Their main quarterback, I believe his last name was Hartman, of course, was a senior last year. He's like an 89 overall to start off the season. I mean, first run, 7 yards, so maybe they'll try to stick with the run game. The quarterback keeps on this one. We get our linebacker back. We fumble or force a fumble. Jalen Braxton picks it up, and we are starting on the Memphis 24-yard line for our first possession. And I will go ahead and just show again that we are indeed on All-American, just in case anybody was one, or not even All-American, on Heisman, excuse me, just in case anyone was wondering. The teams we're playing, the first 3 teams, just aren't quite as good. Louisiana Tech, A-State, and Memphis. Just not quite up to the level of the SEC. Jaquez Cross with his first carry of the game for 5 yards. We are in some rainy conditions, facing it off against the weather, so we are going to probably try to stick to the ground a little bit more here. Memphis might have trouble with it. I don't think we're going to have as much trouble, but we're having trouble getting past this defensive line, and it will not be easy, but wow, we're going to miss. We are going to miss off of the left upright. Yeah, figured we'd run into some kicking issues this year at some point. Looks like Memphis will stick with the ground game, but we will stop them here again on 3rd and 1. The stadium is full and is rocking despite Memphis's 0-3 start. We're going to look to get the screen. Oh, no, we're not. We're going to try to look for someone deep downfield, and that is a big mistake. And unfortunately, Memphis will get the ball right back. So 4 minutes gone. Both teams with some interesting turnovers. We, of course, knock it off the upright, which, is sort of a turnover. They fumble the ball, they punt the ball, and then we throw an interception as well. It's just been a crazy game so far here in these rainy conditions. All right, 3rd down yet again, 3rd and 2. If they run the ball here, we should be able to stop them. We try to go for the hit stick with Xavier Sori. That was a mistake. We needed to just go for a normal tackle. They will pick up the first down, and it will be 1st and 10 from our 25-yard line. They've only gone to the air once so far. They're going to go for it again, and we go for another hit stick, and Justin Logan this time is going to be credited with the tackle, but didn't really knock him over. Oh, we can't get the pick there with Xavier Sori. I thought we read him like a buck. 3rd and inches. We're going to go ahead and bring a blitz here if we can. Davion Henderson plugging up the inside gap, and we are able to make the tackle. It will be 4th and 1, and it looks like they will go for the field goal here. Hopefully they'll miss it like we did. But it will be up, and it will be good. So Memphis take the 3-0 lead here in the first quarter. 2nd and inches for us here. We're going to go ahead and hand it off to Jaquez Cross. Beautiful hole up the middle of the field. You could drive a truck through that thing. And we'll stick with the ground game. Jaquez Cross trying to be patient. We'll pick up 5 yards. We'll go with the RPO here and see if we can't catch him slipping. But the linebacker was cheating over. We're just going to hand it off to Cross, and we will have a 3rd and inches situation where we were definitely going to just run it again with Cross. Or Debinion now, I guess, in the game. We're going to run 0-1 trap. It's worked out well for us in the past. Luke Haas is kind of in the way there, but we will pick up the first down anyways. Taylon Green breaking a sack. Running up the middle of the field. Doesn't go down with the slide, but we'll pick up the first down and hang on to the ball anyways. Going with the play action here on 1st and 10. That is a terrible ball. I wanted that to be so much further behind. And instead we throw it right to them yet again. Second pick of the game for Taylor Green. 3rd and 5 here for Memphis, nearing midfield. We're going to go with the blitz. Hopefully we can catch them off guard. Looks like they're going to pick it up. They're going to go for the pass on the comeback route, and they will complete it. It will be 3-0 here at the end of the first quarter. Start of the second quarter now. Memphis driving down the field. It's a 3rd and 7 situation. We knew it was coming. Oh, we're able to knock the ball out. Luckily, the tight end drops the ball. It looks like they will go for a field goal again here from the 35-yard line. So a 52-yard field goal. Can they make it? 6-0 so far in this game. That kick is up, and it will be good. So 6-0 Memphis here at the start of the second quarter. 1st and 10 here from the 34-yard line. We're going to look for the read option. We've got Taylor Green with the ball. He keeps it, and he has got some speed on him. Not able to get past that last defender there, but we will get into Memphis territory with 2 interceptions. So we don't need to do anything too crazy here. We just need to get some completions. We'll find Bryce Stevens across the middle of the field. RPO on the next play. If we can find Jordan Anthony, that would be great, but we're just going to go ahead and hand this one off. No reason to risk that one. It will be 3rd and inches, so we will look to run the ball yet again. Need to pick up 1 yard here. We've got Debinion now in the game for 3rd down. We'll go ahead and run it straight forward. Massive hole up the middle of the field, and he will find about 10 yards there. Wes Cross getting that handoff. Trying to make a move on that last defender, but we'll pick up 8 yards. 10 carries for 50 yards already. Jaquez Cross is very good. We're going to stick with the ground here on this possession. No reason to try to risk it through the air. Unless, of course, they stack the box like this, and we might run a play action here. We've got a lot of blockers still left in, so we pretty much have to find Satania or Wilson. We can find Wilson if it's a good ball, but it's a bad throw by Taylor Green. 3rd and 2. It's going to be a jet touch pass out here to Jordan Anthony. We will find the edge, and we will find the end zone as well. No chance any of the Memphis defenders will catch up to this man. 3rd down situation here, 4 yards to go. Can Memphis convert? I imagine they're going to go for a tight end pass here. It looks like they are going to, and it looks like we are going to get the stop. Yes, sir. We can indeed, and we will find ourselves with a 1st and 10 here. 2:40 left to go in the half. We're going to find ourselves in our own territory, unfortunately, but we can waste some time here. We might even be able to get the ball back if we score quickly. We've got Satania across the middle of the field. He will get the reception. We'll juke back inside, and we'll be down into Memphis territory very quickly now. We haven't ran the wide receiver screen in a minute, and that is why it gets blown up. This season, the wide receiver mid-screen has not worked out for us quite as well as it did last year. We're going to have Jordan Anthony on this jet touch pass, though, and it has worked to perfection every single time we've ran it. And it looks like it's going to continue to do so, but we get absolutely leveled there. It will be 3rd and 4. We've got Bryce Stevens across the middle. We're down to the 20-yard line. We are now in the red zone. We can waste a little bit of clock here, too. We're going to swing Jaquez Cross out here to the left. The linebackers were pushing forward quite heavily there. Looked like they were going to blitz, but they don't. Taylor Green going to take this one down himself, and will find the end zone, running it in from 20 yards out. And he's got 3 carries for 62 yards and a touchdown in this game already. It's going to be 14-6. A minute and 16 left to go before the end of the first half, though. So Memphis could drive down and score. We need to stop them. And it's already 3rd and inches. I feel like I want to blitz, but I'm not going to. Might not be a good time to do so. We're running man coverage, though. They're going to find their guy across the field. I manned the wrong person, and it looks like they are going to score here. 76 yards to the house for number 19 on Memphis. That was a great spin move. And so it's going to be 0-3 Memphis that are giving us fits here in our first 3 games of the season. We're going to try to take this one back with Jordan Anthony. We nearly find a gap, and we have 76 yards to go ourselves. Taylor Green's confidence can't be too high at the moment with the 2 picks that he's thrown. We've got Bryce Stevens on an out route, and we can't even complete the pass to him. It's not looking great for Taylor Green here in this game, at least not near as good as it was in the first 2. But we will keep firing. We've got Bryce Stevens open here. He's going to beat one man, shrug another one off, and we'll get tackled. We'll go ahead and take a timeout just to reset everyone. But we are now down deep into Memphis territory. That is a great ball from Taylor Green there. 2nd down here. We're going to let this play develop. We're just going to start running out here. The DB kind of moves out of the way. We're going to gain the first down, and there will be 20 seconds left to go in the quarter. We'll run this play action here. We're going to look for Luke Has. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get it to him. He needs to really get out there, and he is wide open. No one guarding him, and that will be another Razorback touchdown. We regain our 8-point lead, and that will be halftime here. So your Razorbacks leading 21-13. We have dominated. We already have almost 300 yards on the ground and through the air combined, but obviously Memphis playing well. They forced a couple turnovers, so we'll see what happens here in the second half. Uh-oh. Cross Johnson finding a gap in the Memphis kickoff team. He is down the right sideline, and he will find a touchdown to start off this second half. Well, that certainly gives us just a little bit of breathing room here facing this Memphis offense. They have been moving down the field pretty well against us. Oh, we unfortunately tried to blitz there with the linebacker when we didn't need to. Good play action there. They'll pick up the first. They are now into our territory. They're able to run the ball very well, this Memphis team. They also run a lot of read option. This time they're going to run the ball, and it is not going to work out quite as well for them. Kavion Henderson with a great tackle. We're going to blitz off this left side now. Metcalf creeping in. They run a play action, or a draw, excuse me. Not having any of it, this defensive line. We stopped them yet again, and now they will be in a 3rd and 12 situation. Oh, they're going deep. Can we get the interception? We can. Jaheim Singletary, going to look to return this one as well, is going to get caught from behind, but we'll get out to the 30-yard line. And Jaquez Cross getting the bulk of the work here on this drive. We're going to continue to run with him. Pick up 5 yards, but it will be 3rd and 5 now. We have been running chew clock. We're trying to take away the opportunity for them to even have a chance to come back. We're going to look for a quick out route here to Jordan Anthony, but a bad ball again by Taylon Green. We're running a blitz here with Story and Justin Logan, our linebackers. The quarterback keeps it. He's got a lot of speed. He will pick up the first down. We will force a fumble, but were we inbounds when we recovered it? We did force the fumble before the quarterback was out of bounds, but when we picked it up, we were unfortunately stepping out of bounds with both players, so I'm not sure who actually ended up with it, but unfortunately we will be on defense now. It's 1st and 10 for Memphis here, right at midfield. It looks like it's going to be another play action, and the quarterback is going to scramble again and pick up 9. But on 2nd and 1, we will stuff them, and it will be 3rd down here. I would love to get a stop. We're going to run some man. We're going to blitz with Xavier Sori here. I imagine they're still going to run the ball. They do, but Xavier Sori gets through the offensive line and will stop them before they can convert it. And it will be 4th and 3. It'll be 3rd and 9. Going to look for potentially Jordan Anthony, but we're not going to have to. We've got Taylon Green at the middle of the field. One move, another move. That spin move was maybe too quick. Wow, Taylon Green running it in from about 40 yards out off of the QB scramble. We will take the 35-13 lead now, and I think this game is over. Ooh, good defense there by number 24. Not even sure who that was. Yeah, Memphis going to have to start throwing the ball. I mean, they've been okay through the air, but definitely not been the greatest. 2nd and 10 now. Only bringing a 4-man rush. We're not able to get any pressure just yet, but they will complete the first down. Wow, what a terrible throw by the quarterback. We're going to get a pick 6 here. The easiest pick 6 of our life. Akari Johnson. It's going to make it 42-13. And, you know, the first part of this game seemed pretty tough. We weren't really completely there. We couldn't find our tempo, couldn't find our rhythm. But by the end of it, we completely dominated the game. Brother, what are you doing? Seriously. Can someone tell me what that guy is doing? There is just no reason to even try that. We will go ahead and go for the QB kneel one last time, and that will be the end of this game. Only up 21-13 at half, but the defense stepped up in the second half. A couple of picks, a pick 6. I mean, it just wasn't a good matchup for them. Taylon Green wins player of the game. Did not play well necessarily through the air, but made up for it in the ground game. Their quarterback, Devontae Parrish, ended up throwing 3 picks in the game, only 5 incompletions, 3 interceptions. He is from Fayetteville, Arkansas, which is interesting. Not sure if he is a true freshman or a redshirt freshman and if he's real or not. Not too sure. Taylon Green, not a great game. 11 of 17. 2 interceptions, wasn't fantastic through the air, but rushing wise, Jaquez Cross with 19 carries for 96 yards, Taylon Green 8 carries for 112, and Dubinion 3 for 20. So averaging like 7 yards a carry or something like that is just a recipe for success. None of our receivers got to touch the ball too much, but Bryce Stevens with a good game, Jordan Anthony with a good game, Luke Haas able to catch a touchdown as well. Defensively, Justin Logan. I user him a lot, so I feel like that's why he gets a lot of tackles, but he was all over the place. 3 picks for Tevish Metcalf, Jaheim Singletary, and Akari Johnson. That will do it for today's episode. We level up our coach to level 11 now. So that's going to help out with some coaching points. We've got 10 now. We're going to go ahead and advance the week, and the Arkansas Razorbacks will start off week 5, ranked 8th in the country. We'll be facing off against Notre Dame, who have had quite the fall from grace from their starting point. They lost their last game to A&M 50-24. I don't know if we're going to be able to beat them that badly, but maybe we will. We'll see in the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, please be sure to like the video. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Now we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.